All right, my friends, so welcome to the Capital Allocation channel. So today I want to get into a technical analysis of many of the different privacy coins, as well as go over some features of these small cap coins that I wasn't able to go over before. So got a lot to cover today, so let's get straight into it. So Bitcoin's sitting here at 47,956. This thing is now in a downtrend. It looks like we could be forming a pattern similar to what we saw before, which would be consistent with the Dow theory. If you're not familiar with that, what that is there's essentially three phases to the market. You'll have an accumulation phase here where professional and advanced traders are accumulating shares or coins, tokens, whatever it may be. And then the price eventually breaks towards the upside and you get a public participation phase, which is the large move. You generally want to try to catch that move early and ride that. But then you get a distribution phase where the people accumulating earlier in the trend are then distributing to the market, in which case that distribution will continue until the price will slowly fall and you'll get a public participation phase on the downside. So here we have a red cloud forming. This pattern is looking somewhat familiar to what we're seeing here. So if we go much lower, we could continue this, what would end up being a public participation phase on the downside, but Bitcoin is hard to predict and it really depends on what's happening in the economy. So anything could still happen from here, but it does look like we are forming the beginning of a downtrend here. If we break below this wick here, that's even more dangerous. That's where some support came in. If that support breaks, that would definitely be a bad sign. So always be careful, use proper risk management, all that. So Monero's sitting here at 188. Again, we have this red cloud forming. We've got the lagging strand going down. Definitely a bearish move. We got a sell signal on the technical indicator. Until we see a clear reversal, this thing's in a downtrend, so there's not much to say here. Just proceed with caution if you're looking at Monero. So Pirate Chain, I was warning around $1.80 or so when this thing started to break below its support that this is a dangerous area, that there's essentially no support down here below that level. I did not expect this large of a drop, and this would suggest to me market manipulation, probably whales getting out of their positions. This is big money moving out of Pirate Chain, so I hope I'm keeping you on the right side of this thing. I hope everyone is doing okay with this and isn't getting hurt too badly. And this could provide a buying opportunity later down the road, but again, I like to be patient with these things. I'm not trying to rush in here, and I like to see clear reversals, a higher low, and a reversal of this trend before entering a position in something like this. So Dero, as I mentioned, this thing had started a downtrend here. I think I called up here around 22, up in this, what was a head and shoulders here. Popped back up, but eventually it failed. We got a double top here. And this thing's breaking down. This thing has farther to go, for sure. This thing could, I mean, down here, this support was like $1, so we could get a retracement in the short term, but this thing looks like it's definitely heading lower. We saw Pirate Chain go from $16 down to now, what is it, 80 cents. So I would expect a similar move here. So be careful with this. Don't get wiped out. Take your profits, all that. Get back in when you see a reversal here. And never make a trade based on any of my suggestions. Always do your own research. Look at your own technicals. Make sure you're able to put your own money at risk and you know what you're doing. So just a little disclaimer there. So Haven, thought there could have been a retracement here. This thing just shot up and it's been breaking down and down and down. So what do we got here? The support at $2.26 here. So I mean, this thing could drop another 50% easily. I'm surprised we didn't get some upside here. This thing just keeps grinding down. I wouldn't be surprised if insiders weren't taking advantage of this move here. Yeah, so be careful with this one. This thing, to me, doesn't appear to be ready yet. Although, if you look at this MACD, the momentum does appear to be slowing. So that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to reverse completely. But it should be obvious if it does. You should really see green candles coming, momentum reversing, and you know, you could get some upside here, but it could be simply a retracement and then going back to the downside. So again, look at this support back here. It's 226, so that's what I'm looking at here. If you guys have any opinion on this project or any of these technicals, let me know. Let me know what you guys think. All right, into the more interesting ones. These are the ones that I'm really having more fun looking at, trying to find new projects, small projects that are going to be 100 baggers here. That's what I'm trying to find and bring those to you guys. So I'm looking at Ghost here. So Ghost didn't really collapse. Sometimes I don't even look at the price. I'm just in it for the fundamental reasons, just to support the projects, all that type of thing. But this thing has 3.2 million market cap, tiny market cap. So as Pirate was getting cut in half, this went from 24 cents to 18. Yeah, so really it hasn't even moved that much. So that's pretty cool here. What I do like is the wallet, all the features. This reminds me of the Monero wallet. Although this is proof of stake, so this is actually more energy efficient. You can send, receive. Like I said, I did send it to the private address and it ended up in my public address. So I think they're still working on the anonymous transaction features, but all of the infrastructure is here. Once that's activated, I'll have to look at more of a timeline of when that could possibly be. But what I really do like here is the staking. So the staking suggests you could make a 27% interest on the stake here. And if you look, I've staked my coins and I'm already making gains here. So if you look at the 13th of December, I've had 3 deposits into my account. So roughly 0.1. So, a third of a Ghost in one day here, and I don't even have that much staked. So that's pretty cool. Every single day you're getting, every block you're getting notified. Gains on gains on gains here. So that I really do like, and it's easy to use. I can do a video and show you if you want, or if you go to the website, it's really simple to find. So that is a really cool feature, and I really do like this about Ghost here. All right. Another project I'm looking at here is Cloakcoin. So Cloakcoin is still in this downtrend, although it didn't accelerate like some of these other coins. It's just kind of grinding lower. It's even up on the day, I believe. So not too bad here. It's just the pattern, it's nothing unpredictable here. It's not breaking down too much. So again, I took a small position. I want to look for a clear reversal or some bottoming pattern before I add to this position. The wallet, I really do like the wallet. This thing's clean. Obviously send, receive, you can have different addresses here, you can look at the settings, all of that. It's pretty cool. The one thing I haven't figured out yet is, do I need to do anything additionally to start getting the rewards here? This is also proof of stake, and you're going to get 6%. So I have to see if this is automatically staked, if I'm automatically getting these to the wallet, or if I have to do something extra. So I will bring that to you and let you know the progress. But I downloaded this and the Ghost wallet at a similar time, and I'm already making some proof of stake profits on the Ghost. Here I'm still trying to figure it out. So but by the way, this transaction was 3 minutes 38 seconds, which is way faster than the 22 minutes that I'm getting out of Monero and Ghost. So the transaction speed is really pretty fast for a coin. I think this is around a $1.5 million market cap. So tiny coin, fast transactions. So there's a lot to like about that project. I had some questions about Epic Cash. So this thing now, the market cap is up to 70 million. With the chart, really, what I like to look at is a 50% retracement from the peak here down to here. If you get less than a 50% retracement and this thing starts to reverse, that is pretty bullish. That is showing signs of strength. If you get around 50% retracement, that's also really good. If you start to get more than a 50% retracement, you're looking at really a sign of weakness here and potentially further breakdown. So with this pattern, I wish I could tell you it's going up or it's going down. I can't say until I'm looking at how deep is this retracement. And these moves can be violent, so they can happen while you're sleeping. It can be pretty stressful, pretty dangerous. I'm staying away from this one at the moment. Unfortunately, I did hear about it back here, and I think I actually mentioned it around $2 on the channel, so I hope some people made some gains, but I was looking in other locations at other coins, so definitely missed that. But as far as the functionality, you know, it's hard to say how good is the actual privacy feature here, but what I like to look at is the human aspect. So when I download the wallet and I'm looking at how do I use this thing, how does it look, it gives me some clues. Here it's asking to create a transaction file. Normally I just like to see, send or receive. I have to finalize this here. So I'm sure it's not that hard to figure out. But to your average person, I don't think they're going to not waste, but I don't think they're really going to spend too much time looking at all these features and figuring out how to use it. They'd rather just use something that has a clean wallet that is very user-friendly, very intuitive, and very obvious. So for that reason, I can't say anything about the privacy, but I, at this point, don't see this being really heavily used due to the fact that it takes some thought just to look into this, and I think a lot of people might not be willing to take that time. I think probably they're buying the coin, it's probably sitting on an exchange, they probably haven't even downloaded the wallet, they've probably never used it, and this thing's shooting up to a $70 million market cap when some of these other coins have better features. So that's my opinion. I hope nobody's offended by that. If you know something that I don't, if you know maybe this is super private, this is the best thing ever, I don't know, but just looking from a standpoint of will people actually use this, and from my small amount of research, I have my doubts on this one. So but hey, look at the charts. If you can trade them, just pick up some quick profits. This thing's moving, so there's always opportunity when you have volatility like with this particular coin. Okay, Equilibria, this thing's breaking down. The wallet, finally this transaction went through. It took like a week. I had transferred this and it didn't show any transactions. Here you can actually send and receive pretty easily, so at first I was really disappointed, but it's really not as bad as I thought. I'll have to look into this one more. the actual technology here, but from a technical basis, you know, you had a support here around 34 cents. This thing's breaking down, so until you see some reversal here, it's not looking that great. So yeah, so I'll just leave it at that. So let me know if you're holding this or if there's anything you guys think about this particular coin. My one thought about Epic Cash, I believe it's using this Mimble-Wimble technology. I'll have to do a little more research, but Grin also uses this. So the market cap of Grin was way higher, and now it's actually lower than Epic Cash. If you look at the wallet, there are several open source wallets. This is just one of them. But you can easily send, you can receive. It doesn't look that clean or anything. It's pretty basic. But looks like it could be easy to send, and you've got a QR code you can receive tokens. So, you know, if I wanted to compare Epic Cash to Grin, I would say they're pretty similar. This one seems a little easier to use, and it appears they're using a similar technology. So just a thought here. And this thing's not tanking or anything. If anything, it looks like the momentum to the downside is slowing. So this could get an opportunity. I mean, if it's using a similar technology and it's easier to use, hey, maybe we'll see a spike in this thing too. And this is mineable. So that's another option, is just mine it, hold it, and see what happens there. So let's look at, so this is one point I wanted to make here. This market cap, less than $1 million, less than $500,000 here. Masari. This wallet looks great, honestly. You have the account, send, it's very clean, receive, nice QR code. It's very simple here. So not a lot of features, but it's super clean, super intuitive. Again, I don't know how private this necessarily really is, but from a user-friendly standpoint, this thing to me appears like it could be undervalued when I'm looking at some of these other coins with crappier wallets that make no sense and probably no one's even using. They're just speculating, when here this has an easily usable wallet. I mean, and that's really what you need when you're trying to convince people to use these things. So the chart, not much to say here. This thing's still going down. But hey, it's a potential opportunity, just something to look at. And I did mention Iridium here. This thing's tanking. I would like to see a reversal here before I went anywhere near this thing. And the wallet, as I mentioned, looked like it's from Windows 95. But the point that I forgot to make last time is I assume there's probably not many people mining this. So if there's not many people mining it, the mining profits may be easier to make per the amount of computing power necessary to make those tokens. So I haven't started mining this yet on my laptop. If anyone has experience mining this thing, I would be interested to know, is the fact that it's such a small coin with such little competition in the mining, can you make decent profits with this? You know, that I would like to see. So that's all for today. I hope somebody found some of this interesting. I'm going to look more into the wallets, more into the mining, bring you more data on updates of the staking profits for these things. So, and also I want to make the point, people who are making the most are the people supporting these projects when no one wants to go near them. So I don't think we're there yet. We could see further downside. But if you continue to support these projects, it's very likely you could do very, very well if you're in the right place, if you're looking where nobody else is looking, and finding the projects that are actually building something and not just going up for no reason. So thanks, everybody. Take care. I will see you all in the next one.